got a dark beer from Bissell Brothers, their Umbra Oatmeal Stout. I had this on draft little taste a couple years ago, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. I thought it was a little bit thin, as pastry bros like to say about stouts, but it was extra like hoppy, American hops and bitter. I picked up a 4-pack from the brewery. It was canned well under a month ago, and I really liked it. It seems like it has a fuller body now. It's still pretty hoppy, but has a nice chocolatey character. So they use a base of Maris Otter malt in this, which Maris Otter is a really flavorful Scottish-based malt that is used in English-style beers and even some American IPAs. But I think that's one of the things that adds a really deep, nice, rich flavor to this beer. No, added flavorings or anything. Just traditional beer ingredients, including flaked oats, the whole oatmeal part. Quite dark. And I remember this one having a really, really nice head. Almost looks like nitro. And it's cool how it kind of layered when it poured on there. And a very dark head. It almost looks like it's a coffee stout. But there's a big milk chocolatey aroma. It almost makes you think it's a milk stout. It could just be from, I guess, the oats. Yeah, but really, really milk chocolatey, like malted milk balls. And just a hint of a kind of green minty hop in there to keep things fresh. But it's a really, really nice smell. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit more hop. They don't list the hops in this on the website, but it's probably just a small amount of, classic U.S. bittering hops like Columbus or Magnum. But I don't mind a hint of that to add a little more complexity and balance to these sweet beers. Yeah, it's not a huge body for a 7.5% alcohol beer, but it's kind of velvety. And when it finishes with a hit of char, they definitely use roasted barley in this, but no like black patent malt. I don't think that's the blackest, but yeah, the finish is almost like a coffee stout, and maybe the bitterness of the char is brought out a bit more by some somewhat potent hops. But we got a nice lacing line there, real creamy head. Yeah, if you want a good roastiness, but also a nice chocolatey stout, this is a good one. That's not too sweet. That's a little bit more palatable. It's not gonna be like your pastry stouts. That'll give you a lot of the flavors and aromas that you might want to get from those. And yeah, it's really well made. Bissell's becoming one of my favorite breweries. They really know how to make every beer look good, make the head perfect on just about all their beers. This one's a little bit cold right now. Just took it out of the fridge. There are probably some deeper malt flavors in there. I'm not getting. Yeah, kind of a molasses type thing. Not quite licorice or soy sauce, which can happen with some of these darker, somewhat drier, hoppier stouts. But it's getting kind of minty. It's almost like a coffee mint sort of thing, which sounds kind of gross, but it's not too bitter, and I'm not getting these like lingering grapefruit and pine notes from the hops, which was really weird, I think, in stouts. I'm not a black IPA fan, really. It's so silky when you pull your tongue through it, but not syrupy. It's really, really nice, and I guess they've done a barrel-aged version of this, which might be interesting to see some of the sweeter notes come out from the malt in the barrel and have the hops reside a little bit. Maybe I'll try to like age my last can and see if it develops a little bit. It's a teeny bit sticky now, I'm noticing on my lips, but definitely far, far from pastry category. This is more like a really big, robust English porter and oatmeal stout combined at 7.5%. It's you know, it's close to being imperial. And most brewers who make things called oatmeal stouts, they tend to be sweeter, and this is just kind of a beer that doesn't really exist much. The closest thing to it might be like the porter from Hill Farmstead, Everett. It's actually pretty similar to that. And I think they might call it one an oatmeal porter. It's not quite like Pot and Kettle from Trillium, which they call that one an oatmeal porter, but that one is a little bit sweeter. It doesn't have the hop character to this, but Everett from Hill Farmstead, I think, is actually pretty similar to this one. Yeah, that's nice. It's getting more dark chocolate now. I'm getting nice chocolate bitterness, and the molasses is deepening. It's getting almost like blackstrap molasses. Lots of caramelization, and the char is always there though. This weird combination of a cooling minty but burning char at the same time. Kind of interesting, almost like mint chocolate thing going on. So I give this, yeah, at least a 4. It is a nice beer. I like it a lot more than the first time I had it. So it is recommended. Bye.